Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name's Emma. This is your love reading, Sagittarius. It's a little bit of a bonus read because I don't usually, if you haven't listened to me before, I don't usually do specifically like love readings because I think it's like such a major topic, and I just sort of keep it general. To what if there's love wanting to come through, I have nothing against it, but I don't sort of specifically go into the love. But I want to go into the love now because the last month's readings, July, there seemed to be like a lot of connections being made between soulmates right now. It seems to be like a thing. Like people are who are supposed to be together are like drawn together right now. And I felt that was quite interesting to go in more in depth into the love. So it's going to be focused on romantic love, but it can also be like it can be love towards yourself. It can be love if you're already in a couple up relationship. Whatever wants to come through around love is I'm gonna enable it. Also, it's a timeless read, Sagittarius. So think about it as a 6 weeks into the future situation from whenever you find this video. And also please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me a lot. And I would love if you could, obviously you have to listen to it first, but if you could give it a thumbs up. If you like this type of video, this type of topic, maybe write something about it in the comment section. If you want me to more specifically go into the love in the future. I have this nurture card. You also see me in a new setting. I'm not at home. And it's been a moment to get these readings out, but doing the best that I can. Okay, what do we have for Sagittarius, please? We have a lead. And we have success and growth. What else around love? Love for Sagittarius, please. About 6 weeks into the future. And healing begins. I have a couple of storylines coming through here. We're going to get a couple more cards. Love first for Sagittarius, please. Change your life. Wow. Change your life. And Four of Ariel. Okay, so there's one storyline that's really strong. So I think that someone, Sagittarius, has been in a very... Okay, let's just start from the beginning. We have the nurture card. So this tells me that someone has really been like looking after themselves for quite some time. This is not like a 2 months old situation. This is like, I feel like you're single and you've been... I'm going to get to a coupled up situation as well. But if we start with Sagittarius and you're single, I think this has been a while that you've just been nurturing yourself. You've been taking care of yourself. You've been like looking out for what is it that you truly, what makes Sagittarius feel whole and just loved in like your own inner journey. I don't think that you even have looked for love. It's been a moment. And you've just been taking care of yourself. And because I see all these cards on the table, and I just feel like someone has taken a hit. So if that was a toxic relationship, if that's the situation where you're just grown so tired of any relationships, whether they ended on a really sour note or you're just not like interested, it just feels like it has been a very personal growth situation. If we're in a coupled up situation, I feel like this has been a really beautiful time for you, Sagittarius, where you really have worked on, that can be you have gone into couples therapy, you have gone to workshops where you do things together. It can even be you're starting to like go in a better direction, like on purpose, putting your relationship first or more like as a priority, which means you could have gone on date night, like maybe you didn't even have date night in the past, and now you're like really trying to make things better, like making an effort. And I don't feel like necessarily it has been all bad. It's just that when we don't work on it, we tend to just, you know, days go by and we don't connect. And it's like, it just sort of, not necessarily falling apart. I just feel like you've done a really beautiful job at wanting to put as much effort into the relationship as perhaps you do to your children, or as perhaps you do to your work environment, or like something like that. Makes sense? And then we have, so the lead card and success and growth comes out. If we're starting with my singles, and because you're single, take it from someone who is, it doesn't mean that you necessarily are looking for someone. So I don't want to assume that just because you're single, you're looking for a partner. But in this case, the storyline that comes through is if you're single and you're now, let's just say if you're now welcoming in a partnership. This is the lead card. So this is talking about like, okay, so we've been sort of more on the shadow side of yourself. You've been more on the hermit mode. It's been more like tending to oneself, looking after, it doesn't mean you haven't looked after like immediate family members, or if you have children, you looked out for those, or like you've had a life, right? It just hasn't been so much out there and wanting to connect with a romantic partnership. Not even like a soul tribe in terms of like soulmate connections, in terms of soul tribe, or I just feel like it has been like a pulled back situation, and now you're stepping out into the limelight, or stepping out into the light, at least, and taking the lead. And this is about like, it's inspiring you to not hold back. It's inspiring you to not sit around and wait for no one. It's like, if there's a situation you feel like, I want to get out there more, then listen to that call. If you feel that there's a cute guy or a cute woman or girl or whatever somewhere, and it's like, there's something that tugging at you, like, don't sit around waiting for them to approach you. Or even if it's like a date, what are those called? Online dating situation. If someone is approaching you, or you're seeing a lot of cute people out there, like to not like sit around waiting for them to approach you, or to contact you. If you see someone, or if you feel a connection with someone that you really like, to not sit around waiting for them, but actually take the lead on it. Take action on a situation that feels inspired. Obviously, you don't take action on anything that just feels pushed, or if it feels any type of forced or anything like that. Obviously, it's not the right timing. But if the time is right and you feel called to it, just for the sake of it, of sitting back or not doing too much, there's a little bit of a push here. Like, get out there, do more, search around, take the lead yourself on this. Don't sit around, wait for this. Especially if there's a connection with someone, or you feel like there is something with someone here and you're not sort of reaching out, you're waiting for them to approach you. I wouldn't do that. Like, it's not that I wouldn't do that. The inspiration here is saying, go for it. Go for it, Sagittarius. And I feel for some of you guys, actually maybe that's why I'm so drawn to doing these messages right now, because I feel like there's so many people coming together with their sort of planned out person. So I see this as like a scroll, or like the Akashic records or something. It's like you've decided for such a long time ago that but like, time is of no essence here. What I mean is, even prior to this life, like even prior to coming into this physical body, you had it's written in the stars, literally. It's written in the stars that you're supposed to like meet someone, and they're just as much on board as you are. You might not be consciously aware of it right now, or remember that was a thing, but as you meet this person, it will be a remembrance. It will be like, I recognize you. There's something really familiar about you. And I just feel like you're now sort of coming into that part of your life where you're not hooking up with just whoever, although they are really important people on your path as well. I just feel like you're now like coming closer and closer into the Akashic records. Do you know what? This is maybe just for 1% of you guys. Maybe not one person, but like just 1% of you guys that someone, it's either you, Sagittarius, or actually it's via like having a Akashic record reading done, that you're put on the, either you're actually from the person who's doing the reading, that's your person, or that person puts you on the path. Like, for whatever, like, you didn't in a million years think that you were going to have like a Akashic record reading, and then all of a sudden there it is, and you're having that reading, and there's something about like someone is telling you that this person is about to come in. It's written in the Akashic records that you're going to meet this person. That's very specific, and like I said, that's probably just maybe for one people or 1% of you guys, but yeah. Okay, not too much for the couple up there, so I'm going to leave that and move on. Success and growth. They come out together, lead and success and growth. And lead is also number 4, which is like it's a foundation. Creating a new foundation, creating a new like ground. And then success and growth. Yeah, for you guys who have been single, who are now coming into like being open to a partnership, should it come up, or should you meet someone, I just feel like there's been so much growth on your own, like on your, not in your spare time, but like it's just been a lot of focus on you, and it's been really serving you well, Sagittarius. It has. You've grown a backbone, like you've grown your spine, you've grown. It's success and growth here. It's like you've grown so much personally and spiritually, and you're now you see these little love hearts blossoming, like they're sprouting left and right, and it's like you're coming online. You're a part of the world again. You're part of this life again. And like you want to participate, but like there needed to be so much growth first, and I just feel like you really have taken the time for that. And here I'm also getting I'm gonna finish that up. So if you're single and you're looking for someone, I also feel that feeling those little love hearts like coming, like sprouting everywhere, it makes you, I don't want to sound like it's creepy, but it makes you a bigger target. Before, you might have almost have been like a little bit amazed that you haven't been hit on more or asked out more, or that it's been quite silent. And it's not because you're not desirable, Sagittarius, or that you're not attractive, or that you're not really meaningful to someone. I just feel like it's such a clear path of just really tending to oneself and really putting in the work on your personal growth and your spiritual growth, that it's just not been literally in the cards. And now it is. Like because you're coming online and you're starting to bloom, you're going to be a big like attraction. Again, I don't try to objectify you. It's just whether you're a woman or a man, I feel like you're going to be way more courted. Do people do that these days? It's quite telling on my age. You're being courted, like you're being. People all of a sudden are giving you compliments, or that they're, that they're interested in you. People are showing up. Maybe even past interests are coming back around, where you don't have to. I don't feel like this is like you going back into a past flame. It's just sort of showing that you're starting to attract love back into your life again. Right, and sorry, and then for the coupled, if you're already in a committed partnership, I just feel like this is what I started out talking about. Like there's been so much that's really been so beneficial for you guys, that you just have put any type of effort into the relationship. It's massive payback. It really benefits you to like do these date nights or do this. And if you listen to this and you actually don't do any of that, like just as much as we're, investing in our company, investing in our education, investing in our friends, even health, perhaps, like whatever it is, we sort of seem to have a plan, or we sort of seem to have like it's like a huge thing if you're not educating yourself, or if you don't, look for a job, or like what is your plan, right? But no one really asks you what the plan is around love, or how you intend to go about things to get what you want, or and then when you have what you want, how do you intend to keep it really fresh and alive and passionate? And we're not taught that. And I just feel like if you're listening to this and you're in a committed relationship, that might just be an inspiration for you to just really sit down and like think about what is it that you can do that really like connects you guys. Okay. And then we have healing begins. And I'm like, this card is not about Sagittarius being completely broken and now healing begins. It's a situation where if we go to you coupled, if we go to you single guys out there, I just feel like you've done so much work on yourself. There's so much time and respect and just investment, maybe not even on purpose from the beginning. I just feel like a withdrawal, like a hermit situation where you just don't want to participate. And more now, when you're coming back, sort of coming out again, if you will, coming back alive, coming back online, and you're starting to date, or you're starting to just really reach out to one person or whatever, I just feel eventually when you're meeting the person, like the person that I see in these Akashic records, like the one that you decided we're going to meet again, like in this lifetime, that it's a safe space to land. And where there's a safe space to land, healing begins, like real actual healing. And again, I don't feel like you're broken. I don't feel like you're someone to fix. I don't even feel like you're so down and out you shouldn't even be out dating. This is when you're like on the other end of that. Really, you're in the other end of having done the work, having done the growth, having done the most of the healing, basically. But to truly be able to depend on someone else, I feel like that's maybe even a new thing for you. For Sagittarius to sort of rest on someone else's arms, or like they're going to come up with the ideas, or they're going to solve the problem, or they're going to help out with rent, or it's just a situation where like it's safe to land and where true healing can take place. When it's met through someone else's eyes or through someone else's arms, where it's a safe space. It feels quite huge. And then we have Change Your Life and Four of Ariel. And the Change Your Life, so that's interesting because I have that for Scorpio as well. And it was a much more outspoken situation for Scorpio, where I felt like they were waiting on a big move, or they were waiting to hear about a pregnancy, or they were waiting to hear like a big thing was gonna, like they were waiting for something. And actually, I see for a lot of you guys, this move or this trans, if you're coupled up, that is, if you're in a committed relationship, I feel like this really taking care of one another, really like going out on date night, you don't have to have date night to connect, right? Sit in meditation, sit and look in each other's eyes for 5 minutes without talking. Whatever makes you connect, right? It's a huge thing. This in turn will lead to, so if you've been thinking about like making a move, not making a move on your person, but like making a transition, like move state or move country or move, if it feels bigger than just within the city, but like a major move. I just feel like when you weren't really connected, if you weren't like really on the same page, not so much that you wanted to like separate or that you didn't want to be with the other person anymore. And I feel like the other person, they didn't have the same thoughts either about you. More like we're sort of friends under the same roof. It's a little bit tricky to have any dreams and plan for any forward movement when you're not even like connecting on a day-to-day basis, but after have done this work, after really have come together and started to really prioritize your relationship, I feel like there's some big dream that is now back on the table. It's like now as we're coming in as a team again, we're teaming up, we're coupling up, like we're one unit. You're still two individuals, but you're like one unit. There's new talk again about, so what, should we do that move? Now that we're on the same page again, maybe like we should do that move. And this can move rather quickly because we have changed our life, and 16 is sudden shifts and sudden changes. And from thinking, like from when you bring this topic up again, just thinking that you're talking about it, to the actual move or to the actual transformation, I feel it's a very short window, like a super short time. I think that if you would have like said, it's like you're talking with your partner, it's like, could you imagine just 6 months ago if we would have talked about like making this move? It wasn't even in the cards, it wasn't even in the stars. And here we are looking at that thing that we just this recently started to talk about again. I just feel like it's almost like you prepared for it for such a long time ago, or a time ago, that when you're now coming into those dreams again, it's not much to put into place. It's rather just to sort of pick up where you left off. And that's why it's moving so fast. And I feel also that the timing's right. It wasn't back then, but it is now. Even if you would have been in like a really, really great place throughout your time or throughout your journey, I don't feel that you would have made the move anyway. Now is the time. And if you're single, my beautiful singles, and you're looking for love, there's someone coming in here, and you've been waiting for a moment. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings, is what it says on the bottom. And it might literally nail. I just feel like I feel like this is you. You've been like observing the world from afar, being in your little hermit place and observing the world from afar. And now it's like when you're coming back online and you want to participate, and it can also move really, really quickly. Just from the time that you decide that you want to date again, or like you're okay with someone entering your life, it's going to move really quickly. And you're going to be all for it. I don't see any, it's going to go really, really fast. And what I want to tell you guys, that if you're single, with this Four of Ariel, this is talking about a little bit about being resistant to the changes, or to the transformation that wants to take place, to have like a little bit of a working against that energy. But I just want to say, Sagittarius, that it's never going to be whatever you came out from before. Like the heart coming together with a partner shouldn't be tougher. It should be easier. It should be, I mean, I understand that we're working through our stuff. Relationships makes us look at ourselves, right? It makes us look at our deepest self. If no one else is going to point it out, like, here comes the relationship that's going to, like, you have to work on this and this and this and this. But eventually, when you have come into the healing of things, when you really have started to understand and remember maybe even who you are, the additional relationship should not be demeaning or undermining you or undercutting you, or like it shouldn't dim your shine. I just want to say, with this Four of Ariel, it's about you don't have to be afraid and like hold things out or push things away. It's actually a butterfly flying around out here as I'm speaking to you, which speaks about transformation. It's also something about like dance your dream into reality. Dance your dream into reality. So it's sort of almost like a validation, or like I'm here to confirm that it's like it's okay to trust. It's okay. And it's in this time around, you also won't give too much of yourself and expect so little back. Four of Ariel is all about like the exchange of things. Like whatever you put out is what's going to come back. If you overextend yourself, I'm sorry, but the universe is going to give you back more of overextending yourself. There's like an imbalance in the energy, and it's just not going to be any of that this time. It's another four. So it's a new foundation. It's a starting fresh. It's a starting over. You're going into a new relationship. You know who you are now, and you know what you have to give, and you know what you expect back from others. Like you won't take crap anymore. And if you're coupled up, if you're in a committed relationship, I feel like this is a beautiful new start where it's like, again, it's not such a big imbalance in whoever's giving or whoever's receiving in the relationship. It's much more an equal give and receive. That's what I have for you, beautiful Sagittarius. I hope that was helpful and uplifting in some ways for you guys. And again, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps a lot. And give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Do you want me to focus on these types of like specific headlines? Please tell me about it, either through a thumbs up or like write something in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.